Hi, welcome to number 4 of our series on making a home senior friendly. We're going to be talking with Doug Friday a little bit more and just talking a little bit back and forth about what's some items that might make a home more friendly for a senior and for non-seniors as well. Hope you enjoy, hope you get something out of it. Here's Doug.
So Doug, when you're looking at a house and you're trying to, what are you looking at when you're thinking, let's make this senior friendly? Just some of the things. We've already looked at a few in this house, but maybe some other thoughts when you're looking at a home and making it senior friendly.
Well, a number of things come to mind, and I think absolutely critical is to make sure that the energy efficiency of the home is working well. So you're going to be checking all the windows to make sure that they are not leaking, and allowing drafts to come in and out, checking the insulation. We're just headed into some significant energy audits some places, which means you get a thermal gun and you actually shoot the walls, and it will show you where cold spots are and hot spots are. Checking around the windows. There is another mechanism. We're using some type of smoke device with the draft where you see where it is leaking around the windows, and what you want to make sure is you're caulking all of that up. Checking your attic insulation is absolutely critical. Anything that you can do to cut your PG&E bill down to make your place more affordable for you in the long run is what you want to consider. You want to be thinking about upgrading possibly your dishwasher so that it is far more efficient, your water heater as well. It would be ideal, and certainly if you're getting into some type of reverse mortgage situation, is you could finance a solar system for your place. And you know that in Sonoma County, I know where we are, it is incredible because you can tie it into your tax bill and it is transferable to the next owner. But in the meantime, and if you live here for some time, you can have the thing paid off entirely, and you end up not paying anything thereafter for your energy usage. There are some other mechanisms with water and energy efficiency, but really looking to cut that monthly annual cost down as low as you possibly can. And there's an investment involved in it, but the savings over the long run are huge. And so that's some of what we think of. I think, could you perhaps turn the camera to this island out here? I mean, one of the things that is really important also is using drawers instead of doors. If you are in a wheelchair and these are doors and you go to open them, you're not going to have real good access to this at all. Whereas if they are drawers, you can get access to what you want. These ones in particular have self-closers, if you just saw what happened there. Now that is a great idea to have and to put in your places. So, and all your storage, that happens to be a fairly low cabinet. You want your storage between 20 and 44 inches for easy access from a wheelchair. So you want as much storage down low as you can possibly get. That's another good thing. And you want additional lighting. You should be thinking about that. We've already talked about the switches and how to move air with the fans and whatnot. But the fact is that after 40, you immediately need 25% more lighting, or pretty much immediately. It varies with people, of course. But the older you get, the more light you need to have your eyes function like they used to. So think about additional lighting, whatever kind you choose to proceed with.
What about someone who might have some mobility issues, whether they're having an issue getting up and down stairs or entering the house? Have you gotten involved with doing ramps or even?
Well, ramps certainly are necessary, particularly if someone is in a wheelchair. Handrails are also necessary even if you're not in a wheelchair. If you're getting less stable on your feet, or perhaps are using a cane or something, you want handrails available at every entrance and any place there's any type of issue. Certainly if you're talking about stairs, you're going to want that, and You may need to eventually get a motorized unit if you have a second story to get up, and those things are available as well. That kind of answer?
Yes, yeah. How about when the stairs are no longer an issue? As someone may want to look at adding a little unit to the house. Do you find that would be make sense as an expense for someone possibly?
Well, it certainly could. I mean, and oftentimes, the times I run across it where it really is important is if a settled middle-aged family then has some of their folks are aging, and building a small in-law unit where they can spend most of their time there, have a microwave, have a refrigerator. It's called an in-law unit, and by definition, and the legal approach to it is you just can't have a stove in there. You can have everything else. So you could still have community meals together, but at a cost far less than being in, say, a condo or your own house. You can then continue and you'll be close to family. So those things make a great deal of sense. Absolutely. It's a good question, Brian.
Right. Anything else that you can think of when you're thinking senior friendly?
Well, I think at this point in time, we want to check your entire electrical system and make sure that you've got lighted switches everywhere. Although at times lowering them may also make sense so that they are more accessible from a wheelchair. And checking all of your insulation, making sure that your place is running as efficiently from an energy standpoint as possible. There are other things too. I suppose with your water, you want to make sure that all of your plumbing fixtures have, or certainly showers and whatnot have, I lost it, have anti-scald devices in them. Pretty much most units now, about new, have those in them already, but older ones don't. So, just so you don't get stuck and get burnt in in a shower, you want to make sure that's there.
Right. Now you see these commercials with the walk-in tubs. Have you dealt with those at all, or you know what I'm talking? Where they have the door that
yes,
so you don't have to step over the.
That is certainly one option. Another one is to just make a larger shower that allows you to actually take a wheelchair right into it. That's another option. So either one.
Okay, great. Anything else to add?
I think that's good for the moment. We'll have more to come.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.